Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. So today we're going to take a look at the infamous Camp Fortune downhill trail network. So Camp Fortune is located just outside of Ottawa and Gatineau area, making it a popular destination because it's so close to town. To get there, you just take the Highway 5, take the Chelsea exit, and continue on Chemin du Lac Mich until you get to the Skyline parking lot, and you can get your lift ticket there. So Camp Fortune has a pretty decent variety of downhill trails. The thing to note is that a lot of them kind of connect into each other, so it can get a little confusing until you get to know the place. Another thing too is that some of the trails on this side here, they require just a little bit of a hike up to get to the peak of this mountain. There's kind of another mountain peak here. So all these trails like Megalodon, Evergreen, Oz, you have to be aware that there's a small hike to get to them. All of them except for Oz actually do flow back to the Skyline lift, so you can still get lift access anyway. The hike is not actually too bad. If you have an enduro bike, it's definitely no problem. If you have a downhill bike, you might have to hike it a little bit, and it's like about a 5-minute hike. Definitely worth it because some of these trails are pretty cool. Now, if you know Fortune, you know that it's rough. I have a nickname for it. I call it the Evil Rock Goddess because she's rough, she's steep, she's rooty, and this thing will blow your bike up. You're 100% guaranteed to see people try to repair their tires on the side of the trail. It's a given. It's really jank. It's jank to the nth degree. If you can ride Fortune, you can ride anything in the region, period. So don't expect flow trails. Even some of the beginner trails, they end in black diamonds, so you have to be aware of that. So the first run I did was on a Keystone trail here. It's an intermediate trail called Salamander, and it's just did a warm-up run, so it's nothing too quick, nothing too fancy, but let's go check that out. Right, so you come in here on a little bit of woodwork, a little jump at the end, which I figured out later. This top part's pretty flowy. It's actually really fun. Few berms here. Nicely done. They're pretty cool. Nice work, reinforced with some rock. Oh, am I gonna do it? Oh, takes the skinny and just made it. Just made it. I don't know why I chose that. Just definitely take the left side. Here's a little jump too on the right. Some more berms, this little bridge. Some woodwork here. If you're going fast enough, you can jump that at the end too. Figured that out later. And here's like an intersection between National and Salamander, so stay right to stay on Salamander. If you were to go left, you're gonna go to this big chute and then you get on the National. So this is pretty janked out, this part, but this berms are pretty nice. A little bit of washout there, but that's just from all the rain. Yeah, this part's pretty rough down here too. The berms are super nice. A lot of this trail is really nice, like it flows pretty well, but it is kind of interspersed with some pretty heavy duty chunk sections. So, and then I just spills you right back out on the ski hill. You got a nice little wide open section here. It's pretty fun. Woohoo! You gotta watch out for all the loose shale and stuff that's all over the place. That'll catch you sometimes. It's like rolling on ball bearings. That's the thing with Fortune. It's like you never know what's gonna happen. There's just because of all the loose rock and the dust. It's a hairy place to ride. It's fun, but yeah, this part's pretty jank. I don't think I have the line down. I was starting to do this faster at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't think that's the right line. I think it's supposed to go right there. And then here, probably maybe go higher up. I don't know. Anyway, as usual, you know, the more runs you put in, you get the line dialed, the faster you go. So, but this part is pretty rough in general. It's a little bit janky. There's some sharp rocks there at the end. And then, so we're kind of lower Salamander here. These guys were going a little bit faster, so I'll let them go by. This was just a warm-up run. Getting a feel for it. I haven't rode here in 10 years. At least the downhill side I haven't rode in 10 years, so just getting used to it. Getting a feel for it. It's still pretty much the same. And now we're getting into the national. So it's an intermediate run that you have to finish off on like a black diamond, and it's pretty hairy down here. You'll see coming up. So just be aware of that. Fortune, you gotta know how to ride. That's one thing. This part too, it's steep. It doesn't look like it, but it's steep. There's tons of stuff that'll get your wheel caught. When you start, basically the faster you go, the easier it is. So, but nice berms. Got a nice wood berm here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. With the fence set up, of course. It's a nice idea. If you're going fast enough at the end, you can jump those pipes. And then it's just a long stretch back to the lift. Here, watch out for all the shale and stuff. Catch you off guard. It's a nice little speed run though. If you get comfortable on it, you can go pretty fast. So that's a Salamander full. Little warm up on Salamander. It's pretty cool. Alright, so the strangest thing happened. I ended up meeting an acquaintance of a longtime childhood friend who, like, I didn't know they knew each other. So we ended up riding the rest of the day, which was really cool. And Dorian is super big into jumping. So they had built a new tabletop right here, right on the top of Dirty Little Secret. Really cool tabletop, really mellow, really awesome to practice on. No huge consequences or anything. So yeah, we decided to go and session that for a little bit. So here's what that looked like. Okay, so this is my first attempt. I haven't jumped the bike in a long time, but this table is super mellow, super forgiving. And attempt number 2. Trying to just get a feel for it. Yeah. Casing it. Okay. Yeah, I get a feel for it. And so yeah, we basically just stayed around there and session. Just best way to get good at jumps is you gotta practice. So over and over and over again, making little strides each time. Jumping's tough, it's not easy. It's an acquired skill. You gotta just practice and keep pushing it. So I would say this would probably be my best attempt. I think, yeah, just got the wheel up and cleared it. So yeah, that was cool, it was fun. It's a really nice tabletop, highly recommended. Here's just a couple stills. And then Dorian was really airing it out. Okay, next we decided to hit Upper Quebec Cup. We weren't quite sure what we were gonna connect into, but anyway, this is the top of Quebec Cup. I hadn't ridden this trail for a long time, so I didn't know what was going on. There's a couple things that you have to carry speed into. That's it? Like that, should have jumped that. You need to carry speed into this cool little rock drop, which I didn't do. It's been a long time since I rode this trail, but I did remember this drop onto the woodwork, which was pretty cool, so I ended up doing that. Had just enough speed there. And then there's this cool little hip jump you can do too if you have enough speed, which is completely cased. So we ended up just sticking on the National, and sorry about that choppy footage because I was getting stuff caught in my gimbal kind of throughout the day, so some of it's a little jittery. And then that was the first time I've ever did that chute, that big rock chute. I was trying to get enough speed to hit the tabletop. So then we're just staying on the National, and then we cut over to Liquor and Smokes after. So it's pretty straightforward, nice little section here. You can kind of trick off stuff. And if you cut across, instead of staying on the National, you hit Liquor and Smokes. This part's really steep and rough. I had trouble doing this. Got used to it later on in the day, but this nice little hit here, completely missed it. So throughout the day, I was just like, just wish I had a downhill bike. It was a little bit rough for my trance. So I'm on a 7.5 wheeled, 2.3 diameter tires, and you can do like most things, but Fortune's just another world altogether. You know, it's like DH territory. If you're gonna have a DH bike, a traditional DH bike, Fortune's the place because it's just super steep, super rocky. You don't really have to pedal it.
I don't think it's worth it. A short little like thing like that, you know, to biff on. I got plenty more riding to do.
So we're just cutting over here. These guys are going down the Quebec Cup, and we're gonna go hit Smell My Finger, I think it's called.
Okay, so this is a great name. Left. Huh. Yeah. Okay.
And I'm just tailing Dorian.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's just telling me there's a little step out down below, which you need to carry enough speed into. So I tried it out. I went high left, tried to carry my speed, just didn't quite have enough. Cased it.
Yeah, you know what? What's cool is actually we actually took that little side rock off camber thing really good. Yeah. It's all good, but I kind of cased this guy.
Yeah, you gotta pump it.
Yeah.
Once I put that rock in that hole, it made life so much easier. It's up to the bottom.
Sounds good, man. Yeah.
There's a little rough section, and yeah, you're back out on the hill, cuts across. That section that cuts across is kind of intricate. You have to, it's off camber, really loose. So this wasn't here before a long time ago when I used to ride. It's a fun little section just before you finish up. Right, so next Dorian wanted to head on over to Megalodon because there was 2 huge gap jumps at the top that he was eyeing up all year, and he was pretty much good to go for doing them today. So we went down Salamander and then hiked up the sunset section here to get to the top of Megalodon. And yeah, I mean, keep in mind, this is the first time he's doing these jumps, and these jumps are no joke. The gappers are huge, about 20-25 foot, and with consequences, you know, hard cases, rocks everywhere. So I definitely was not going to do him today. There's no way. I definitely need to hone my jumping skills a little bit before I step it up to something like that. So I was just completely blown away. So I'm just going to stand back and put the spotlight on Dorian. So it's the first time he's hitting these.
Okay, I'm going to scope it out. You want to do this one? Huh.
Doesn't that look crazy?
Yeah. Some big jumps, eh? Holy shazbods. Oh shit.
My crooked though it seems, my every single thought is caught up in collecting cream. Amazing. Picture me dying in the blaze of gunfire. Will not retire till I'm paid. Turn the base upon. When we ride, we fly by. Bitches blow me kisses. From Compton to Brooklyn, come on, get your riches. From Crenshaw to 125 and do or die. Rolling with from Long Beach to Long Island. I hunt this now cause my heart froze. Once I commence my show, I rip apart foes. Now I got one nation, it's a crooked compilation just to end the bullshit. Let's get back to money making, telling busters that I rolled on, controlling the house. My shit so wicked when I flip, closing their mouth, no Coco brothers. Buckshot the BDI Thug, Greg Nice, LSI, so show it love out.
Life's a bitch and then you die, that's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die, that's why we puff fly, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die, that's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die, that's why we puff fly.
Dying down his back with the villain. Who you killin'? Oh, we hate him, come verbatim with this cap villain. Top villain, make a million. Paparazzi chase us through the tunnel even rock waller. Follow the Impala, wanna talk about this concrete. I'm a scholar, the incredible, heterosexual, credible, mega hole, let it go, dick ain't edible, ain't federal. I plan shit while you handpick, mother, giving up transcript.
Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we puff fly, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we puff fly.
It's it's becoming a thing, man. It's becoming a thing. Yep. The scene, it's getting better every year, man. Every year, new trails and except for COVID, yeah.
If I wasn't spitting, it'd be prison to death. This rap game, all we got left. So try to comprehend where we coming from. Life is an outlaw, ain't meant for everyone. So here we come, recognize how we organize, strategize, now we unify, brothers on the rise, and we can't fight.
Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we puff fly, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go.
All we got left. So try to comprehend where we coming from. Life is an outlaw, ain't meant for everyone. So here we come, recognize how we organize, strategize, now we unify, brothers on the rise, and we can't fight.
Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we puff fly, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we puff fly.
Oh my God, Fortune, nasty jank. Oh my God. Oh.